Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. I'm here with the Hoverboard Halo Rover X today. Going to be reviewing this. This is Hoverboard's new hoverboard. You may have been familiar with one of my reviews with their, sorry, this thing's kind of heavy. It's about 20 pounds, I think. But this is kind of the like off-road edition hoverboard. You may have seen my review of their Halo drone, which is pretty cool. That one had like GPS tracking and stuff. But this one, this should be pretty fun. This one I'm gonna ride around the neighborhood. This has an app that you can kind of connect actually to your phone. And so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I'm going to record my app screen and everything so you guys can see that. So what you do is when you first get it out of the box, not really an unboxing today, but you just plug in, there's just a charger it comes with, just plug it in, fully charge it, turn it on.
Waiting for Bluetooth connecting.
So you hear that, waiting for Bluetooth connecting. Okay, so the screen should be recording now. All you need to do is make sure our Bluetooth is on. And as you can see, I'm already connected to the Hoverboard M. So that means is I just basically clicked on it and you punch in the default password. It's in the instructions. It's like 1 through 8 or something. And then you pair to the hoverboard, and you can also pair to its audio as well. This thing is cool because it has a built-in audio speaker that you can actually play your music from Bluetooth through it. So we're going to try that out too. And you just download this Halo Rover app from the App Store. I'm going to click on it right now and just press start, and it's going to scan for the Bluetooth, and you see that hoverboard came up there, so I'm just pressing on the hoverboard, and there we go. So we have a check mark now on hoverboard and it says connected. So now all we do is press back and check this out. So it's locating, and what it's doing is for the app here, it's also using the GPS on your phone. You can see here you have your power on the middle there, middle of the screen. We have our battery power, and then you can see I already went 2.2 miles just kind of roaming around my neighborhood here and testing it out. You can also go into a track. You can kind of do a trace track of where you've traveled and all that. And then you can also do, you can see your miles per hour on the top little triangle here. And if you press into mode, you can change the mode. So right now it's in normal. We're gonna start with beginner, and I could hear a beep on there when I pressed beginner. You can't change the modes when you're riding it, just to let you know. You have to have it, you have to be off of the board to do this. So I'm gonna press OK. There we go. So I just started. I wanted to get that music going. It's got speakers coming out the sides and bottom, and so you can listen to that while we're playing. So I'm just going to keep it like maybe medium volume so I can talk to you while we're doing this session here. We're going to go back into the Rover app, Halo Rover, and we're just going to start. So it's got white lights in the front, and you want to make sure that the red lights are in the back when you first step on it. So go ahead and step on the board here. There we go. So if you've never ridden one of these before, definitely want to go like in beginner mode just to make sure you know how to ride this. I'm a little bit of an amateur still, but this one's supposed to be kind of a little bit okay for off-road. It has rubber tires, but they're not like air-filled or super soft or anything, so you're still gonna have to be careful. But I can listen to that radio while I'm driving, and I can turn it up from my phone too. Listen to this. See that? So I just turned it up almost a full blast. So I'm gonna keep it just around mid. And looking at the app, I can see the miles per hour I'm going. So I'll just kind of cruise down the street here. And what this is doing is it's tracking the GPS on my phone. So of course the Rover doesn't have any GPS. Your phone does have the GPS. So we'll just go ahead and go kind of around the neighborhood here and see what their performance is like. When you're in this beginner mode, let's see what our maximum speed is. I can go at least. Oh, you know what it felt like? It felt kind of like the Rover was kind of like pulling back a little in beginner mode. So if you are a beginner and you try this mode, it seems like it's not going to let you go very fast. Okay. So what happened was I reached like a certain amount of speed, and then the board actually helps you rotate back so you don't start going too fast. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna get off here. Okay. And we're gonna try to go into mode. And we're gonna go into, you see how it went to beginner? We're gonna go into normal mode. So I had her beep and it's staying in normal mode. I'm gonna press OK. And let's get back on. Still playing music. And let's go for it. Let's just keep going around the neighborhood. We'll switch into advanced in just a second. I just want to see how this thing feels. Wind's kind of coming up. So now I can go faster, just kind of regular. You see how I'm already going like 4 miles per hour. I think I was maxing out like around 3 to 4 on beginner mode. This is kind of a slope here. This is maybe like a 10% slope. And I did ride it for like 2.2 miles. So I was riding around with Sanaya and my daughter. She was on her bike and I was just testing this thing out. It looks like this screen will try to sleep. So keep that in mind if you're trying to use this app. You might have to keep touching it to keep it open. So now we're going 5 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour. Remember, this is in standard mode. Let's go into our track. Let's see what's going on here. Check this out. So you get a Google Maps on the back. It's saying current speed, how many miles per hour you're going. We're still 100% battery. We could do a start if we wanted to. Let's start a track. Okay. So let me zero in on myself. I'm pressing that zero in button. Can we zoom in? Yes, we can. All right, cool. So there I am, just riding around in my neighborhood. So that's cool. It's just using Google Maps and the GPS on my phone, and it's tracking me as I'm going. So that's pretty neat. And with this one, you can actually look at your track afterwards too, if you wanted to see how far you went, how fast you were going, and how long it took you, and all the telemetry of the whole thing, like your battery power, what it was, and all that. But pretty darn cool. I'm trying to change to Google satellite view, but it doesn't look like I can do that. I can just double tap, it kind of zooms in. Let's see how fast we can go without falling down. 6, so right around 6 miles per hour, it seems like I start getting a little bit leery of this, just because I'm not like a pro hoverboarder. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this this track, and let's see if we can zoom into ourselves again. Cool, yeah, so basically up here on the top right corner, after I finished it, I can see my track. You see that there? And it shows in red like where I went. That's pretty neat. And then it shows you all the information, like your top speed, average speed, the time it took, and how many miles you went. So it has a trackability. That's pretty neat. I'm gonna go back out to the main screen. Of course, we can just ride around playing our music. So that's maximum volume. Starting to get into a little bit of distortion at the maximum volume. It's still cool. Looks like I'm hitting 7, my max speed. So I don't really want to go faster than that. With these hoverboards, it feels like your feet start to get a little bit sore after a while. They start to like cramp up. So if you're beginning, maybe just do, a little bit of riding and then get off and stretch your feet out until your feet kind of get used to it and build up the muscle memory. It would be cool if they had like an accelerometer that showed the slope, like the orientation of the thing, so you know how much it was tilted. That would be kind of neat if they could add that to the app. But anyway, this is like maybe a 20% slope right now. I'm going down, and I'm just keeping my my body kind of level, and the board is doing its own by braking, so I'm not going too fast. Okay, so just kind of going like 4 miles per hour down this hill. And man, I can't believe we're still at 100% battery. That's great. We'll go ahead and get around, get up this hill here, and then we'll switch it into advanced mode and see what we can do. So I'm going up a pretty steep hill right now, and I'm able to go pretty fast. This is almost 6 miles per hour. Seems like it's doing okay. Let's hit track here. Still saying battery at 100%. So going all the way around my subdivision one time, I haven't even diminished the battery 1%. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna kind of stop here and get off the board right around here while we're listening to music, of course. This is pretty cool. We're just stepping off. You want to step off to the back, and we'll go into mode, and we'll go into advanced. Okay, so this is the fastest mode you can go in. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to take advantage of it, but let's just try it anyway. And let's go for it. Let's just see kind of how fast we can go with this thing. Still playing music. Let's let this car pass. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm able to pick up speed a lot faster in advanced mode. I can feel it has quite a bit more power. Already going almost 7 miles per hour just from the start. Going uphill, making sure we're not going to get run over by any cars backing out of their driveways. Wow, yeah, so I'm able to really pick up some speed here. I'm almost going 8 miles per hour. But, you know, the more you ride it, the more your muscle memory will get used to how it feels on your feet. But this board's cool because you're up above the ground a little bit. We'll do a little bit more transition riding in the grass over at my house once we go around this loop one more time and see how it is, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a hoverboard review on the was it Power Wheels, and that was more of like a strictly street oriented board where it had really it was really low and it had street tires. So we'll try this off-roading in just a bit when we get back. Okay, so around that corner I started to get a little bit squirrely. So still a little not super easy to ride these unless you practice a little bit. Turning and stuff, still get a little bit squirrely. Okay, so just kind of continuing on, trying to get to the house here, and I'm noticing that the battery power did go down a little bit. Oops, let's go back out of here. I don't want to go into mode. I want to go back into track, and I just want to see. Yeah, so we're at 85% power, so it did drop, kind of notch dropped to 85% on this second trek around the subdivision. Okay, so still being careful not to get hit by cars, of course. One of the things you want to be wary of, just, you know, go slow, pull on the side so cars can pass you by. But going down this steep hill again, and let's see how it does in advanced mode. Should be pretty much the same. I'm gonna try to go up this steep hill. Okay, let's see how it does with my weight. Gosh, I'm pretty heavy. I'm like 200, pushing 200 pounds here. And let's see how it pushes me up this hill with these big tires on this thing. Okay, so you gotta kind of get used to it and lean a little more forward to make sure you're going uphill. So we're going at like 2.7 miles per hour, 3 miles per hour, 3.5 miles per hour. Okay, so at least you know it can kind of push a guy as heavy as me up a hill like this, because I'm not very light. So that's that kind of that 20% slope there, and it looks like I was maxing out at about 3.7. Could probably go about 4 miles per hour up there. Cool. So it's able to get me up the slope just very slow. I'm sure if I leaned a little more forward, I could probably do it a little better. Let's just turn around and go down, get back home, and do like a grass off-road test with it. Okay, so let's try to get over this little driveway transition and get into the grass here. Sorry about the mower noise. My kids are helping me out by mowing the lawn while I play on this thing and do a review, which is pretty funny, isn't it? So let me see if I can get over this. So still a little bit difficult to get over things. There we go, but not nearly as bad as that other hoverboard, that street one I did, because this has the larger tires. Let's try to get up on the grass here. Oh yeah, pretty easy. Okay, And this is a little bit of, whoa, little bit of a slope. It's feeling like I started to like peel out in the grass. Whoa. So yeah, so still not quite the power to really get up like a grass slope like that. That was a little tough for me to get up with my weight. It seems just like it was like bogging out the motors. Let's just try to get up. I can feel the motors really trying. So still, when you're going up like grassy slopes, it's gonna have a hard time, especially if you're over 200 pounds and you're in grass and stuff. So I wouldn't not recommend trying that. Maybe keep it like level if you're gonna be in grass and stuff. So let's just try to drive around here, kind of where I test out my RC cars and stuff. Since this does have these off-road wheels, hopefully you guys can see this. Let me just kind of show you what's going on, traversing the grass here. You know, this is mowed grass. It's like about an inch or so high, and it's not super level terrain, but it's definitely able to do it pretty good. Yeah, no problem if it's kind of flatter grass. Once it gets kind of slopey, I really doubt it's gonna even, let's just try it. Let's try to get down this spot here. Probably gonna fall on my butt, but let's try it. Whoa. Yeah, well, it works going down. Oh, silliness. And going up, you'll see how it just will not go up something like this. So you see that? Yeah, it just didn't have enough power. The motor just kind of kicks off, and then you end up just kind of falling off. So that's not gonna work. Let's pull it up here. Okay. So it had some kind of little bit of an alarm when I picked it up. As you see that, the alarm's going off, and there is a red light here. So let's see what happens if I press power off. Oh, cool. So I powered it off. Stop beeping, but the speakers are still going. So that's pretty neat. You can power the whole board off, but you can still have it as a speaker. All right, so now you want to try to ride it? Okay, cool. Give it a try. See how easy it is for you. All right. Okay, cool. I'm back. Well, those lights are pretty cool. Can't see them from when you're on the board. Blue in the front. Try to go up the sidewalk and up in the grass. See how easy it is for you. All right, getting over the little ridge there. Let's see how it is in the grass. So it looks like you want to do kind of a side-to-side thing to get over little transitions a little easier. So super easy for her because she's light. Okay, so just keep going, and I'm gonna press power. Okay, keep going forward. Power. Anything happen? Okay, so it doesn't let you. That's good. So when there's a driver on it, it doesn't let you power off. So it has a fail-safe where, you know, just in case you hit that power button, you won't lose power and then fall down or something. So that's good. A lot easier than the other road one to go down stuff and up stuff. Cool. Try to do a spin. All right. Cool. Pretty fun. All right, give me 5. Yeah, thanks, honey. Well, cool, guys. I think that's gonna kind of wrap it up for the Hoverboard X review. Pretty simple, not too much going on here, not too complicated, but I really think it's awesome how you can have this app and adjust things and look at your track. So pretty darn neat, man. So let's see what the battery power is if we go into track again. So we're at 62% battery power. So 2 times around my neighborhood, and then coming back and doing this testing and stuff and going up and down the hill. And I'm pretty heavy, I'm over 200 pounds. So it'll be pretty cool. Definitely, if you're in the market for a hoverboard, this might be the one for you. Pretty durable aluminum here on the sides that are tied in. Aluminum goes all the way down. It's like a solid plate here on both sides. And then this is rubber, and this is all plastic. The whole middle is all plastic. And then just looking at the tires a little bit more in depth, it is a hard rubber. And so there's a little bit of give, actually. I'm feeling some give in here. It looks like there's some kind of little bit softer rubber underneath, so you get a little bit of give for, you know, bump dampening. This is what the rims look like. These are definitely aluminum rims here, and I can feel them. They're a little bit warm because the way this thing does, what it does is it uses these as heat sinks, the rims. So these are directly connected into the motor, and so you're dissipating the heat through the rims here. These aren't getting hot at all, so this isn't a heat dissipator, but the edges of the rims definitely are, because these are semi-warm, like medium warm. So pretty cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review of the Rover X, and I will have the links to this guy down in the description down below, so don't forget to check that out. If this does interest you, check out the links, check out the pricing, and more of the specs on it. Hope you enjoyed that review of the Hoverboard Rover X. I'll see you in the next one.